What if your body has been trying to warn you, but you've been ignoring the signs because nutrient deficiencies don't always show up in blood tests first. They show up in your body, in subtle ways, in small changes that most people overlook. A white spot on your nail is often the first visual signal. It's not just a mark, it's a message about zinc. Cracks at the corners of your mouth. This isn't just dry weather, it's often a sign that your B vitamins, particularly B2, are running low, affecting your mucosal membranes. Dry or flaky skin. Your skin is your largest organ, and when it loses its luster, it's frequently crying out for fat-soluble vitamins like vitamin A and omega-3. Bleeding gums. This points directly to vitamin C levels, essential for collagen synthesis and the structural strength of your vascular tissues. These are signals. Low energy and mood changes. These are metabolic markers of how your mitochondria are processing fuel. Your body is constantly communicating with you. But here's the problem. Most people treat the symptom without understanding the cause. They apply lip balm instead of fixing the deficiency. They use skincare instead of internal correction. Now let's look closer at one of the most common deficiencies: magnesium. If you struggle with stress or sleep, you likely need magnesium glycinate for its high bioavailability. However, for constipation, magnesium citrate is preferred. Avoid magnesium oxide as its absorption is remarkably poor. Aim for 200 to 400 milligrams daily in divided doses. Magnesium is also vital for vitamin D activation. It integrates into the bone crystalline matrix for calcium regulation. Without it, your vitamin D supplements won't reach their full potential. To improve absorption, follow the 20-minute rule. Chew slowly and put your fork down between bites. This triggers the physiological satiety signals your brain needs to recognize. Also, manage your hydration. Drink 1.5 to 2 liters daily, but avoid liquids 30 minutes before and after meals to prevent diluting your digestive enzymes. This is critical for gut-friendly absorption. This happens when your gut is damaged. Leaky gut prevents efficient nutrient transport, or when you don't have enough bile to absorb fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K. Without bile, these critical nutrients pass through you. Remember, vitamin D supports magnesium absorption, and it also requires magnesium for its own activation. It's a bidirectional synergy. Second, low nutrient density. Soil quality has declined globally. We have depleted the earth of trace minerals. Food is grown for size and speed, not for nutrients. You may still be deficient. Third, refined foods and sugar. These actively deplete your body's stores. They rob you of B vitamins and magnesium just to be processed. This is where most metabolic problems begin. Magnesium plays a role in the HPA axis and cortisol regulation. During stress, the kidneys excrete it rapidly. Low levels lead to vasodilation issues and rhythm disruptions. Your body is reacting. This brings us to Erholung, recovery. Sleep is not passive, it's when your hormones regulate. Magnesium supports GABA receptors and melatonin to maintain a healthy circadian rhythm. Distinguish between physiological hunger and brain-based sugar cravings. Prioritize protein, aim for 60 to 90 grams daily, to stabilize your blood sugar and protect your metabolism. Use lemon water as a hydration and vitamin C source. It supports collagen for skin strength and provides antioxidants while your liver and kidneys handle the actual detoxification processes. Success follows the three-legged stool model: nutrition, activity, and recovery. If one leg is missing, the structure of your health collapses. You must address all three for lasting results. Follow a 14-day reset plan. Use smaller plates and prioritize the protein priority strategy. Small shifts in your daily fitness and fitness-focused nutrition create a metabolic foundation. Your body is not failing. It's reacting and trying to adapt to what is missing. The signs are clear when you know where to look. Listen to your body. It's the most important conversation you'll ever have. Let's start with some of the most common signs, because these are the ones people see every day, but rarely understand the metabolic story they tell. Consider those small white spots on your nails. Most people think they're harmless marks from a minor injury, but their origin is deeper. This is often a clinical sign of zinc imbalance. Zinc is a cofactor for over 300 enzymes, including those that build the structural matrix of your nails. The issue isn't always a lack of consumption. High sugar intake triggers an insulin response that can lead to the excessive excretion of zinc through the kidneys. What you eat doesn't just nourish you, it can also create a metabolic environment that actively takes critical nutrients away from your tissues. Next, let's look at oily skin. This isn't just a surface issue, it's frequently a signal of a hormonal imbalance beneath the skin's surface. Specifically, an excess of androgens can overstimulate the sebaceous glands. Zinc plays a pivotal role here by helping to regulate the conversion of hormones. When zinc levels are optimal, it helps inhibit the enzyme 5-alpha reductase, reducing the production of more potent androgens that cause excessive oil. Now let's look at cracked skin. Whether it's at the corners of your mouth or on your heels, these fissures are telling a story of B vitamin deficiency. Deficiencies in riboflavin, or B2, and niacin, or B3, directly affect the integrity of your epithelial tissues, making them prone to cracking. But there's another layer: vitamin D. Vitamin D supports your microbiome, the community of bacteria that actually helps your body produce its own B vitamins. If your vitamin D levels are low, your microbiome shifts, your B vitamin production drops, and your skin reflects that systemic failure. Everything is linked. Now, let's talk about flaking skin, especially around the nose or forehead. This is often not a lack of moisture, but a fatty acid imbalance. In our modern diet, we often have too much omega-6 from processed oils and not enough omega-3. This ratio creates a pro-inflammatory state. This inflammation disrupts the lipid barrier of your skin. Without that protective oil seal, the skin cells dry out and shed prematurely as flakes. Another critical sign is bleeding gums. While most recognize this as a classic vitamin C deficiency, the root cause is often more complex than just intake. Vitamin C is essential for collagen synthesis, which holds your gum tissue together, but sugar competes directly with vitamin C for cellular entry. They use similar chemical pathways. If your blood glucose is high, your body prioritizes the transport of glucose, leaving your cells starved of vitamin C. This means even if you're taking supplements, a high sugar diet can render them ineffective. Sugar repeatedly shows up as a metabolic root cause. The list continues with smaller but no less significant signals. Your body is constantly communicating its internal status through these external changes. Chronic chapped lips are often a sign of B vitamin depletion, specifically B2. It's a sign that your metabolic energy pathways are under strain. Difficulties with night vision point toward vitamin A deficiency. This nutrient is the primary component of rhodopsin, the pigment in your eyes that detects light. Even strange behaviors like cravings for ice have a biological basis. This is a well-known sign of iron deficiency anemia. While the exact mechanism for ice cravings is debated, it's thought to increase blood flow to the brain, temporarily counteracting the fatigue caused by low iron. These aren't just isolated symptoms, they are pieces of a larger puzzle. They reflect the synergy between nutrition, activity, and recovery. Addressing these signs requires a protein priority approach, ensuring you have the amino acid building blocks to transport these minerals and vitamins effectively. Hydration is the second pillar. A proper reset plan includes 1.5 to 2 liters of water daily, supporting your kidneys and liver as they process these metabolic signals. And never underestimate sleep. Your hormones, especially those that regulate stress and mineral excretion like cortisol, are reset during deep circadian cycles. Take vitamin D and magnesium. They work in a bidirectional synergy. Vitamin D supports magnesium absorption, while magnesium is a cofactor in vitamin D activation. Without enough magnesium, that vitamin D supplement you're taking remains stored and inactive. They are two legs of the same biological stool. Stress further complicates this. Under stress, your kidneys excrete magnesium at a higher rate. It's a metabolic leak that these physical signs are trying to warn you about. Your body is constantly signaling. Developing metabolic literacy means learning to read these signs before they become more serious issues. From the microbiome in your gut to the texture of your skin, the connection is seamless. Every flake, spot, or crack is an invitation to look deeper. Simple shifts like the 20-minute rule for meals can improve absorption by allowing your nervous system to enter a rest and digest state. This ensures that digestive enzymes are released appropriately, maximizing the bioavailability of the minerals and vitamins in your food. But some signs go deeper and reveal something even more serious about your underlying metabolic health. We must understand the root causes. When your cellular energy production is optimized, these superficial signs disappear because your tissues have the resources they need to thrive. Optimal nutrient levels also support healthy insulin signaling. Magnesium, for example, is essential for the function of the insulin receptor itself. This journey from a white spot on a nail to the molecular level of insulin receptors shows that no sign is too small to ignore. True health is an integrated stool of nutrition, activity, and recovery. Your body is the most advanced laboratory in existence. By listening to these signals and adjusting your metabolic environment, you empower your body to heal and maintain balance from the inside out. Understand the signals, honor the biology, and your body will reflect the health you build at the cellular level every single day. The journey to metabolic health starts with reading the signs your body is already giving you. Listen closely. Some signs are more than just surface level. They indicate deeper imbalances within your metabolic and systemic health. Consider swelling in your ankles, also known as pitting edema. This isn't just a sign of standing too long, it's a window into your electrolyte balance. This is often linked to a potassium deficiency. It typically happens when your sodium intake is high, while your potassium levels remain dangerously low. And again, sugar plays a major role here. High insulin levels from sugar consumption cause the kidneys to retain sodium, which in turn depletes your potassium. Now let's talk about muscle cramps. If you experience frequent painful cramps in your legs, especially at night, your body is talking to you. This is often a hallmark of magnesium deficiency. Magnesium is critical for over 300 biochemical reactions in the body, but it is essential for muscle relaxation. It supports the nerves and the heart. Without adequate magnesium, your muscles stay in a state of semi-permanent tension, leading to those nocturnal cramps. Another overlooked sign is irritability, overthinking, or a general sense of mental restlessness that you can't quite shake off. This can be directly linked to a vitamin B1 deficiency. B1 is vital for the nervous system to handle stress and maintain a calm, focused state of mind. Now, let's go even deeper into systemic inflammation. Asthma is often characterized as chronic inflammation in the lungs, but what's the root? This is frequently linked to a severe vitamin D deficiency. Vitamin D is a potent immune modulator that controls the inflammatory response in your respiratory system. That explains why many patients see their symptoms improve during the summer. More sun leads to more natural vitamin D production, which lowers systemic inflammation. There are also specific hormonal signs. For example, the loss of the outer third of your eyebrows is a classic clinical marker. This often indicates an iodine deficiency and a resulting thyroid imbalance. The thyroid depends on iodine to produce the hormones that regulate your entire metabolism, or consider erectile dysfunction. While often treated as a vascular issue, it is frequently linked to a chronic zinc deficiency, which affects testosterone production. And finally, we must address depression. One of the most overlooked biological connections is how vitamin D regulates your mood. Vitamin D influences the production of serotonin, our feel-good hormone. When your levels drop, your mood can drop right along with it. Now step back and look at the pattern. These are not isolated, random problems. They are signals from a complex, interconnected system. Everything in your body is connected. These symptoms are your body's way of trying to correct imbalances before they become permanent damage. But here's the most important part you need to understand. Fixing these issues is not about reaching for supplements alone. It's about understanding the root cause, often found in our diet and lifestyle, and giving your body the foundational support it actually needs to thrive. Let's look closer at that potassium-sodium balance. Most people focus only on salt, but the real secret is the ratio between these two minerals. Your cells have a pump that requires potassium to push sodium out. When potassium is low, the sodium stays inside, pulling water with it, causing that swelling. And magnesium's role in stress is bidirectional. Stress causes you to excrete magnesium through your kidneys, which then makes you even more sensitive to stress. This affects your HPA axis and cortisol regulation. Magnesium acts as a gatekeeper, preventing your nervous system from becoming overstimulated. Vitamin D is actually a prohormone. It's the key that unlocks the production of serotonin in the brain, impacting your circadian rhythm and sleep. Without it, your brain struggles to regulate its internal clock. This leads not just to low mood, but to poor recovery and deep fatigue. Iodine is another missing piece. Beyond eyebrows, iodine is crucial for every single cell in your body, especially for maintaining a healthy thyroid. We used to get plenty of iodine from our environment, but today many of us are depleted. This slowdown affects your energy, your hair, and your skin. Zinc is also a powerhouse for your immune system. If you find yourself catching every cold that goes around, look at your zinc levels. Zinc is required for the production and activation of T lymphocytes. Without it, your immune defenses are essentially working with one hand tied behind their back. Vitamin B1 is often stolen by a high carbohydrate diet. The more sugar you eat, the more B1 you burn just to process that fuel. This leads to brain fog and that constant feeling of being wired but tired. Restoring B1 can feel like someone finally turned the lights on in your brain. The good news is that your body is incredibly resilient. Once you provide these missing cofactors, the systemic healing process begins almost immediately. You'll notice better sleep, clearer skin, and a stable, focused energy that lasts throughout the day. Your body wants to be healthy. It just needs the right tools. Metabolic health is the foundation of everything. By listening to these deeper signs, you are taking the first step toward true longevity. Start with whole foods, prioritize your sleep, and stay mindful of the signals your body is sending. Your health is your greatest investment. Take care of your body, and it will take care of you. Pay attention to the signs. They are the key to your well-being. Most people try to fix nutritional deficiencies by simply adding more supplements to their daily routine. But this approach often misses the point. You are treating the symptom of a void, not the reason the void exists in the first place. If you don't address the underlying biological cause, the deficiency will inevitably return, no matter how many pills you take. To achieve true metabolic health, we must shift our focus from temporary fixes to permanent biological alignment. Step 1 in this journey is simple but profound. You must stop the leak. You must remove what is actively depleting you. We start with refined sugar. This is not just a source of empty calories, it is a metabolic disruptor of the highest order. Sugar requires nutrients to be processed. It doesn't just lack vitamins, it actively steals them from your existing reserves. Processed foods act as a continuous drain on your internal battery, keeping you in nutritional debt. Step 2 is about reclaiming your ability to nourish yourself. We must focus on the machinery of absorption. Your gut is the interface between the world and your biology. If this foundation is compromised, the best diet in the world will fail. Specifically, your bile production must be optimal. Bile is the key that unlocks the absorption of life-essential, fat-soluble vitamins. Without functional bile, you cannot absorb vitamins A, D, E, and K. These are the regulators of your immune system and hormones. You aren't what you eat, you are what you absorb. Fixing the machinery of the gut is non-negotiable for metabolic recovery. Next, we will move to step 3, flooding the system with nutrient-dense real foods. But first, the foundation must be fixed. Once the leaks are stopped and the machinery is fixed, we move to step 3, flood the system with nutrient-dense real foods. We are talking about food as it exists in nature. Real, unprocessed, and biologically compatible with your DNA. Organ meats and egg yolks are nature's multivitamins. They contain the highest concentration of bioavailable nutrients found on Earth. Wild-caught fish provides the essential fatty acids your brain and cell membranes desperately need to function at a high level. These foods are not just fuel. They are instructions for your cells. They tell your body that the environment is safe and abundant. With the right fuel, we can now look at the signals that govern its use. Next, we address the final pillar, lifestyle. Finally, we reach step 4, balancing the lifestyle factors that govern how your body utilizes these nutrients. Sleep is the time when your body performs its most critical maintenance. Without it, your metabolic chemistry stays in a state of chaos. Sun exposure is more than just vitamin D. It is a signal to your circadian rhythm, regulating everything from mood to digestion. Stress management is about protecting your resources. Chronic stress causes your kidneys to flush out critical minerals like magnesium. Because your body is not a static machine, it is an incredibly sophisticated adaptive system that is constantly responding to its environment. When you align these signals, the transformation is rapid. Next, we witness the body finally working with you, not against you. When you align your inputs with your biology, the transformation is rapid. Energy returns, focus sharpens, and symptoms begin to fade. Your skin clears, your mood stabilizes, and for the first time in years, your body starts working with you instead of against you. We must stop viewing our symptoms as problems to be silenced. They are messages. They are your body's way of asking for help. The question that defines your health journey is not, which pill should I take? But are you finally ready to listen? Mastering your metabolism isn't about complexity. It's about returning to the fundamental roots of human biology. Fix the root, align with your biology, and let your body do what it was born to do: thrive.